The woman's screams echoed through the house. They joined the cacophony of screams that could be heard around the city. The Inquisition had arrived, hunting like a lion. Non-believers had to be found. Yet another scream could be heard, different from the others, younger, much younger. Susanna had done it. She'd borne her second son. The Inquisitor had arrived and wanted to see her, whose home was so far away and whose heart was so heavy. Susanna knew he had been searching for her for months, and without her sacrifice, he would even take her children. Her companion understood. Tabit loved her. She could trust him with her children. The door burst open. There he was, the Inquisitor. She knew Gonzalo only too well, and she feared him. Susanna knew what he wanted. The key. He was looking for the others, too. She knew that. But she would never give them up. Yet another scream echoed through the city.
Test Flight 19. The safety net is secure. The weather is on our side, even if it is a bit too windy. The invention is ready up on the hill.
You are testing my patience, Morales.
We'll be underway in no time, Senor Conde. I'll speak briefly to Conde and my brother. Then we'll begin our test flight. El Conde, our esteemed count and only client, a miser on whose money and benevolence we are reliant. Senor Conde?
What?
Everything is ready for our first test flight.
I hope it's clear that it is the flight, not the test, that I'm paying for.
Absolutely clear.
And that your sacrilegious inventions could land you before the court of the Inquisition.
We know that.
Then perhaps you also know that the Count of Florence has increased his wager and has employed a certain Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Perhaps you mean the Da Vinci who's better known for body snatching for what he calls anatomical studies than for craftsmanship in building flying machines.
The very one. And I hope that you are soon more well known for your practical successes than your impractical theories.
I hope so too, Conde. I assure you that you've backed the right horse with us.
If it's a flying horse, yes. Otherwise, you'll spend the rest of your lives trotting around on a Spanish donkey.
We'll do it.
I expect nothing less.
My brother Ramon. I hope he didn't eat too much for breakfast. Ramon?
Yes, Theodore?
Today we are going to crack it, Ramon. Today we take off. This is our day.
It'll be fine. I have my talisman with me.
Everything's perfect. The hill is steep enough and the wind is blowing favorably.
Anything that doesn't end like last time is a success. The grazes have only just healed.
We can swap if you like, but then you'll have to explain the technology behind it to the Count.
And you'll have to overcome your vertigo.
I'm not scared of heights. It's just a kind of nausea
That you get when the air is thin. It's fine. The stars are aligned well. That's the main thing.
I went through all the calculations again last night. There's nothing that can go wrong. In theory.
Then let's get going. The Count is waiting.
I have nothing else to say to him. If Ramon gets a running start, he should stay in the air for 4 or 5 cubits. That should be enough to convince the Count to give us another advance. You can start when ready.
Oh.
Oh! Ramon! Ramon?
I'm alive!
A disaster. You two are nothing more than charlatans.
But the invention flew.
Invention? This terrible contraption is only suited as fuel for your funeral pyre.
Please, esteemed Conde, I have many more ideas on how to improve the machine. Think of the money you've already invested.
I'll give you one more week. And if I lose my wager thanks to your incompetence, then I'll make sure that the court of the Inquisition shows interest in your heretical experiments.
Ramon's guardian angel deserves a medal. Ramon, hold on tight. I'll soon have you out of there.
Good! I thought you were going to just leave me hanging on.
Dear brother, what luck! I feared the worst.
Not this time. I'd love to get my feet back on solid ground now.
Yes, of course. I'll get you up here straight away. Just a minute. Hold on!
Yes, hurry up!
The tree looks deep-rooted. The net was supposed to catch the flying machine before it reached the cliffs. You learn something new every day. Fortunately, the tree was there. We need the covers to hide our flying machine from prying eyes. There are soldiers of the Inquisition in the city, and we have to be careful. We could really displease the church with our test flights. Our workshop cart. We transported the flying machine and our tools with it. Our tools. Somewhere around here should be... Ah, yes, there's a knife there too. Should be useful. I'll take it. I don't need the whole net. Ramon, can you pull yourself up on the net?
No, I don't think my knee could manage that. Haven't you got anything more sturdy?
Good that this tree was here. Ramon could have glided straight into the sea. I could take the side pieces off and use them as a ladder, but they are very short. Let's see what I can do with these. That should hold.
Thank you, brother. You saved me.
I'm sorry. I miscalculated the launch angle. There's something not quite right with the whole construction.
No real harm done. Good that I had my talisman with me.
You really are one of a kind, dear brother. Come, now we have to salvage the flying machine.
I think you'll have to do that on your own. My leg won't hold up.
Oh, is it painful?
Only when I put weight on it. I have to lie down.
Yes, relax. I'll do this. Good that this tree was here. Ramon could have glided straight into the sea. I'll let Ramon rest. He's had enough excitement for one day. Those are two rails from the sides of the workshop cart. Too short. The tree will grow faster than I could cut it down with the knife. Too dangerous. I wouldn't want to slip off. That part, I'll let Ramon rest. He's had enough. That's a sacrificial stone in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. If you don't cross yourself here and are caught, you might end up nailed to the cross yourself. I'll take my rope ladder with me. The workshop cart is sure to need its rungs back at some point. A rope ladder is awkward. I need something more sturdy that I can stand on. I could also cut down the tree to get to the flying machine, but this way is much more dignified for an inventor. Good. Then let's get the bird down from the tree. Perhaps there's something that can be used again. The test flight was actually a success. It only got a bit out of control. We can sort that out.
Hey, Theodore, I'll help you in a minute. I've got something really important to do first, though.
We've got exactly 1 week before the Count has us put in thumbscrews. I don't think there can be anything that's more important. Hello, Ramon? Always the same. All right then. The invention of the century is going to have to be made by just one genius. And what if the material is too heavy? In theory, wood should also fly, if it has enough lift. A light material would, of course, be better. It's definitely something to do with lift. That's the crux of the matter. But how can we be independent of the wind's changing mood? Da Vinci designed that huge screw. I wonder if he'll manage to screw himself into the air with it. It must be possible, as long as it turns quickly enough. His parachute design isn't bad either, but in the end it'll only get him from up there to down here, not from down here to up there. As long as Da Vinci hasn't found a solution, my chances aren't too bad. One of our first flying machines, but this wooden construction is much too heavy. I'm not at all surprised that this thing didn't fly. We used to play catch with this pig's bladder. It's dried and blown up, sturdy and watertight. And I guess it's easier to get into the air than any kind of wood construction. This wooden construction is much too heavy. I'm not at all surprised that this thing didn't fly. A loading crane. I need that if I want to get heavy things onto the roof. The workshop is directly under this large and heavy wooden hatch. The whole construction has to be extremely light and be able to carry a person. A basket like that would be perfect. That's a bowl of wood tar. Ramon sticks his old stones together with it. A leather hose. We only recently had it made. The last one burnt to a cinder on the forge. There's my dear brother. As always, his thoughts are of a secret Egyptian city from whence all the things that he works on day in and day out perhaps, or perhaps do not come. Ramon? Are you dreaming of utopia again?
I'm searching for it, yes. One day you'll be thankful for this.
For what? That you spent precious working time cleaning artifacts?
That I never lost sight of our goal.
Which goal?
I don't quite know exactly. That's why I'm searching for it.
Could you give me a hand, please?
Later. I have to put this mask together first.
We have to get the flying machine finished. We only have 6 days until the Count sets those torturing fiends on us. I'll be off then. One would normally expect an inventor to note down ideas for inventions. But my brother is a little bit different.
The Ankh. Crux ansata in Latin, Egyptian symbol for life and also immortality. The uraeus more or less means the rearing one, a rearing cobra that Egyptian gods often wear on their foreheads. The uraeus spits fire or poison and punishes those who do not obey the god. It's often associated with a goddess who is supposed to have the head of a lion.
Uncle Tabbit sent this letter a couple of weeks ago.
My dear Ramon, my trip to North Africa was successful, and I shall shortly be back in our wonderful Barcelona. I found an extremely interesting artifact there. It would appear to be only part of a larger piece, but I think you will find it very precious nonetheless. When I'm back in town, you can come and pick it up from my shop whenever you like. Farewell. Uncle Tabbit, Valencia, 7th of April, 1514.
According to Ramon's notes, that is an Ankh, a symbol for life and immortality. Unfortunately, that's all I've got at the moment. Our workshop cart. We've transported loads of inventions with this. Most recently, it carried the flying machine to the cliffs. The net is still in there. I'll take it. Perhaps I should pick up my old idea of an airship again. It wouldn't need the complete hull. It doesn't have to be waterproof, just the framework. That'd be much lighter too. Covered in fabric, it would create a large surface for the wind. But how to get it in the air? That's only possible with an accelerating force plus a cliff. So, wheels on the bottom again? Are those my pliers? They seem to turn up all over the place. There's still a lump of calamine on the anvil. That should be in the mineral cupboard. A lathe. You can bore holes in wood with it. It's powered by a foot pedal. Not enough ideas. Perhaps I should have another look around. The flame of inspiration is more of a flicker at the moment. What would I do without my pliers? Fishing rods are made of light and supple wood, the perfect material for wings, or perhaps a whole airship. Cartwheels. You can never have enough of them. They make excellent driving cranks for all kinds of things. A forge, just like you'd find in a smith's workshop, with an integrated smelting furnace. That's a little smelting furnace, for smelting metals in an airtight space. Let's see. Yes, there are still some embers in there. It should be able to withstand a fair amount of heat. That's the rope and pulley system for operating the bellows. Ramon designed the construction when he was more on the case. The rope is connected to the bellows via 2 pulleys. When you pull on it, it lifts. No, it lowers. I can't remember exactly. Either way, it works. The vacuum balls didn't work. Then perhaps the complete opposite. More air. The more the better. With a wind generator under the wings?